our guest on the show today? Huh? Cooper. Look at this thing. It's going to be the highest viewed podcast.
I don't think Cooper can speak.
He doesn't have to speak.
Oh, this is so much better here. So much quieter.
So you quiet my mic.
Great. With great. Why don't you sing the national anthem again?
That was a private show. You needed tickets for that.
Go ahead and do it. Welcome, guys. All right, we're gonna go over the last podcast because we messed up. There was really bad sound, and actually I gotta fix it again. Hold on.
I sound great.
Yeah, but hold on.
Oh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. Yeah, it's a lot. Ooh.
That's how it should sound.
I can really sing the national anthem. Oh, Jesus.
You hear that voice?
I can national anthem voice.
Mhm.
Like Beyonce.
Okay. We are set. Okay, let me see the notes.
Oh, but those are my
So we
notes.
can get started.
Oh, God.
Ready?
I'm ready. Clearly, you're not.
Okay. First question. Uh, why does strength training becomes more important after 30 years old?
That muscle mass. Gotta build that muscle.
Yeah, but why is it important?
Because when you hit 30, 40, like me, I'm like a senior citizen. Um, you start losing all that muscle.
Oh,
So you gotta work to build it.
that's a good question.
It's a good answer.
Mm,
It's a great answer.
we can debate that later.
It's a great answer.
Um, what does building muscle help with?
So since you're losing all that muscle, you want to put it back on. You want to have it. Actually, you don't have to put it back on if you've been working out all this time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and then as we age, we're more prone to not like us aging, but like in your 60s, 70s, 80s, you're more prone to falls. And then you're more prone to breaking bones and spraining things. If you got muscle, then you're promoting that joint stability.
Okay.
And then, get your joints in order and all the muscles going to protect your joints and stronger ligaments. And then you're not getting knee replacements when you're 45, 50 years old.
Wow, that's good. What
A
else?
broken hip,
Yes.
broken ankle.
So I read something that broken hips are on people over um, 50, I think, and 60 that have low bone density and low muscle mass.
Yeah.
It's like a death sentence.
Especially in women.
Yes.
Especially in women. Once women hit that, not perimenopause, but perimenopause starts really declining. But menopause, then you're really dealing with um, bone loss. Your bones can start looking like Swiss cheese if you don't have enough muscle and you haven't been building all that bone. So um,
Yeah.
they fall and your Swiss cheese hips break.
Can we grow our bones?
You'll have denser bones. I don't think you can. Well, they do. They do regrow because if you break them, but like it wouldn't fix if you break your hip.
No, but can you like okay, like muscle? I look jacked now, and I didn't look jacked before. Can my bones get jacker? Can they grow like bigger because my muscle is bigger?
I know you can save them.
Hmm.
I know for sure you can save them.
I'm asking the medical professional here.
I know for sure you can save them because when they've done scans of people that had enough muscle and had like done like impact exercises and all of that,
Mhm.
their bones were dense versus someone that hadn't, and you really saw like all the hollows fragments in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Swiss cheese.
So after 30,
Mhm.
metabolism slows down,
Hmm.
hormones shifts,
They go down.
especially for women.
They
They
go
go
down.
get crazy.
You too.
Yeah, but we have one.
You don't just have one. You still have estrogen, and
Yeah, but like you fix testosterone, it fixes estrogen.
spikes your estrogen. You can't fix it that much.
Okay. So if I
But
don't have
it goes
enough
down.
testosterone, it goes
It
down. But it's
it
like
definitely goes
it's
down. It
easier.
affects women more.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the ladies, it's a lot more important.
Although I will say, speaking to a lot of people recently,
Mm-hmm.
I think for women it's more known, and people be like, "Oh, she's in menopause. She's freaking crazy," and then it's more like more known, more stigmatized
I don't know.
versus.
I can spell that or know what that means.
You want to spell it?
No.
It's more like you just said, like stigmatized. Like she's a woman, she's going through menopause, like whatever. That's why she's being like this. She's being a
Oh
biatch,
no, but I
or she's having hot flashes, or
well, I guess
she's
now.
moody. She's moody. But then you're talking to men now, and it's so much more accepted and talked about that you hear men going, "Oh, I went on testosterone, TRT, because I had such bad brain fog."
Oh no, but I think I me personally, I don't think women should go through any of this. Women should
No,
right away in their 40s get with a hormone specialist and get your hormones back to when you were 20. Right away. So then you're good.
yes, yes, but it's been demonized before, and before it was like
Oh, I get it.
if
I
you
don't
go on
care about that.
HRT, if you go on
Yeah.
HRT, you're gonna have cancer, or
Yeah.
oh, you're taking hormone. Like it was always accepted for men,
Hmm.
and the science for women is so backwards.
Yes.
It's so behind,
Okay. All right.
and nobody ever listens to us. You go to the doctor, and you're like, I don't feel good, and they're like, oh, it's because you're 40. It's normal.
Yeah, but again, that's when you find a doctor that knows. Not all doctors know. So
Good
you
luck
gotta.
finding a doctor that knows.
Well,
You
yeah.
usually end up
We
with
have
like
good. We have good
resources.
resources and also examples and things of people that at the gym that we
Yeah.
can ask. So it's good.
Yeah.
All right. So metabolism slows, hormone shifts, bone density decreases, strength training. For all of those things is like a reset button. Um, so it keeps your metabolism active. It boosts up testosterone. Is testosterone in women too?
Yes.
Hmm.
Mine's actually naturally high.
Yeah, that's why you're jacked. So you have those good legs. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we'll go with
something
that.
else.
We'll go with that.
Okay. And it strengthens your bones. So little fats. Okay, how
Awesome.
does strength training help prevent injuries and maintain mobility as we age?
So, like I said in the beginning, right? Your injuries, if you have stronger muscles, you'll have your stronger ligaments. It protects your joints. It helps with your balance, your coordination, um, all of that.
Um, so like we said, not age. If you break your hip, for people that are over 60 plus, for a lot most people nowadays, especially for women, that is they call it a death sentence. Why is that?
Honest answer, I'm not exactly sure, but
Mhm.
I can speculate that it's got a lot to do with the recovery aspect of it.
Why is the hip so, like, why can't it just be like a broken arm or
Your hip is such a big joint. Your
Mhm.
arm, you'll get out of bed. You'll get right back out of bed.
Yeah.
Your hip, you need it for basically everything. Recovery for a hip replacement is pretty long.
Yeah.
It's painful, and then you're usually in bed after that. I think there's a lot that goes into any joint replacement.
Yeah.
Um, but you're laying in bed, so now you're becoming at risk for a lot of other things too.
Hmm. um the risk of falling or less when you have bones.
Muscles.
I mean, yes. But a lot of bone density and muscle. And Not only that, the being able to get up,
Yeah.
right? Like a lot of these people can't get off of the floor.
That's what we said in
Hmm.
the when we originally recorded this was when people come into the gym and they're older, and I love watching those videos. They're like, you have people that start CrossFit in like their 60s and their 70s. It's like, why'd you start CrossFit? Well, I had to call rescue when I got off the floor, and I don't want to have to do that again.
Yeah.
So people think like I always say like I hate burpees, and I hate them. For a 60-year-old, a burpee is simply falling off on the floor and then getting back off the
Hmm.
floor.
That's why,
So
yeah, if you've been doing burpees for 10 years, you will be fine. I don't think you ever need rescue. Um, I think also like people take for granted the day to day tasks that, like literally going to the bathroom and taking a shit. You got to squat. You got
yeah,
to,
if you do groceries,
yeah, when you
every
pick
time
up
you pick your
groceries,
grocery bag, you're
yes.
doing a deadlift.
Yeah.
If you
When
got
you
to pick up a
do
plate, you're kind of like,
pressing,
you're
yeah.
pressing, you're
Um,
pulling.
and not only that, like taking care of being a productive person to society instead of a burn. Like you're not. Um,
And we have somebody in the gym right now,
yeah,
and,
like
and
we
I'm like,
need we.
why'd you start CrossFit? And she's like, I want to play with my grandkids.
Yep. That play with your grandkids.
Yeah,
Then also like your family, you're not a pain for your family. They don't have to take care of you. You can take care of yourself. So you're a contributor to your family, society, the world, instead of shit like somebody that we have to take care of to keep alive
right.
and keep moving.
Yeah.
So that's very important. Um, why is muscle mass crucial for metabolism and fat loss in your 30s and beyond?
If you got enough muscle, and muscle burns. I don't like saying muscle burns fat. But you'll burn fat longer. So the more muscle you have, the higher your BMR is, and then the longer you'll be able to burn fat post exercise, and always.
So I think it's the more muscle you have, the more calories you're burning.
Yeah, your BMR. You have a higher BMR.
Yeah, that was too much of a smart word. What the fuck is a BMR?
Basal
Oh,
metabolic rate.
yeah.
It's 3 letters.
Don't be using those fancy words with me.
BMR.
Too fancy.
How
Um,
do you spell BMR?
how does Life Athletics approach strength training differently for people that are over 30?
We meet everyone at wherever they are and in their fitness journey. I don't even think it's over 30. We have 13, 14, 15-year olds.
Yeah.
And we tell everyone all the time, and they're like, oh, but I can't do that. And it's like, sure you can.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna go and lift what that person is lifting over there, but we'll get you lifting something.
Yeah.
We'll get you moving somewhere. Oh, but I can't run. I'm not a runner. That's okay. They're running a mile. You can run half of that
Yep.
or
I
a
don't.
quarter of that.
So let's keep it in strength training. So like lifting weights, right?
Right.
When your body weight alone is weight, right? Like if you can do a back squat, we're gonna make you do a squat.
A squat.
Yep.
Yep.
And then we'll give you like a little dumbbell, kettlebell,
Yeah.
whatever.
And that's okay. So, some
And
gyms,
yeah.
like some people didn't want to come into CrossFit that I've heard, and it's like, oh, but I went to this other gym. We actually have a person like that. I went to this other gym, and they were shaming me because I couldn't lift a certain weight, or I didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, that's not cool, and that's why some gyms have a bad reputation, and or CrossFit has had a bad reputation all along.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hurt. You will get hurt if you have your ego on you and you don't want to lower the weight and you want to try to keep up with Joe around the corner. You will get hurt, and it doesn't matter how old you are. And then shame on those gyms for not meeting that person where they were, because you don't have to lift a barbell if you don't want to. We can get you lifting a dumbbell.
Mm-hmm. I
You
know,
know?
and it's all about
And sometimes people are just scared.
yeah, find your community. Exactly.
Yeah.
Find the place that where you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And you're good. How can someone start strength training after 30 Jesus Christ. Rewind. Can someone start strength training after 30 even if they're never lifted before?
Yeah.
Right? So I always tell clients when they come in, Mr. Jones specifically, I love that man, that if you walk in here, I'm giving years to your life. So we're right now a minus 5 years. So he's 65. So now he's 60. And every time he comes in and does more and more,
So I'm really 20.
he's doing things that are
Okay, I feel better. I'm 20.
better. I mean, think I'm minus my whole life. So like I never did any of the stuff that I'm doing right now at 41.
Yeah.
So I reverse my age in the negative.
You can't know because I'm not a cougar. So you're not a negative.
Yeah, I'm a negative. I am literally minus 20.
Okay.
I am better than when I was born.
Well, yeah.
Think of that.
Okay.
Think about that. I was better than when I was in the ball sack or whoever, you know.
Not of whoever.
Yes.
You know who your father is.
Crazy. So, yeah, I could say that. CrossFit reverses your age. I'm claiming it, putting it out there. Stamped. Like it cures diabetes.
Type 2.
Yep. Not CrossFit nutrition, but it's part of the CrossFit. Okay. Um what role does recovery play in strength training as we age?
Mobility. It
Okay.
helps your mobility. If you just lift all the time and you don't do any, like your body, give your body time to recover. It's in that recovery period that your muscles are actually growing. Um, you also want to give yourself time to recover so you don't get injured. Um, and then stretch. Spend that time stretching and mobilizing.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like 5-10 minutes after a workout.
Yes. Not even what I just did Christy a massage and she told me to roll. So every day I'm doing 20 passes up and down my leg.
Yeah. Even
That's
if
it.
it's not
And
like,
it's like literally like 2 minutes.
yeah, you can roll out, you can
Hmm.
stretch, you can use the massage gun, get a massage. You like swimming.
Oh my God, yes.
Recovery doesn't
Swimming is
have
amazing.
recovery doesn't have to be mean that like you become a couch potato.
Hmm.
As
Some days it's
there's
okay.
some,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But like for
don't
some
do
people
anything.
it's going for a swim, going for a walk.
Yes. Swimming is great.
We tell everyone when they first start too, like on their first like week, you're gonna be so sore. And you will
Yes.
be because you're doing things you did before. But come into the gym anyways and bike or row, do something to move your body.
Yeah. So this here says recovery is everything. Um After 30, and I think it's this any age,
Yeah.
you can outtrain a poor sleep, stress, or inflammation. You can also, if you guys had your homework, I hope you liking your homework that you guys get every Tuesday. I'm gonna try to keep it one page, and with a little more informations. But I like it. I like the people that are reading it and stuff. Use it and pick one thing to change every day. So the diet, is huge because
So did
diet
you know your sleep affects your diet?
I think it's the other way around.
It works both ways, but if you don't get enough sleep, then you'll notice that you're more hungry the next day, and it's because
Hmm.
that you have a hormone called your ghrelin hormone,
Oh, here we go. This is when I can.
and
This is the medical expertise right
it
here.
increases. It's higher when you don't get enough sleep, so then you do get more hungry, and when you get more hungry. And when you're tired, that's when you start reaching for all those carbs and cookies and all that stuff because you're like,
Huh.
if I eat more of it, then I'm gonna get more energy, and you just don't.
Huh.
Yep. So
Right.
that's why you
Yeah.
eat more when you don't get enough sleep.
Yeah. I see my the other way around. like when I, what did you say? When you sleep, you affects you? No, I see it in the nutrition. Like if I eat like crap, it used to affect my sleep.
Yeah, it
Now
does.
I'm eating amazing, so my sleep, I sleep like a baby.
It does. Well, it
Yeah.
affects your sleep in a sense of like, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I tell it to a lot of people. When you start waking up, you notice if you start waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning,
Hmm.
right? And I'm like, what'd you eat last night? And it's when somebody notices a lot that they're waking up in the
Yeah.
wee early hours in the morning, like, what'd you eat last night? And
I wake up at that time every time
yeah. But if you if
on
you're not
purpose.
right, but if it's not something that you usually do, if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wake up at like 7 in the morning, and you're
Hmm.
like, I'm waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's so early.
Yeah.
It's usually because you didn't really eat a balanced meal the night before,
Hmm.
or you didn't eat enough, and then your blood sugar drops, and then your body's like, hey, wake up,
Yeah.
you gotta wake up.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
You know what? I actually need you to poke me with that thing that
Oh yeah,
Lorraine got
the
me.
the
Yeah.
the um,
Put it on me.
CGM, continuous glucose monitor.
That.
But
See?
yeah, and your body will naturally your blood sugar naturally lowers in the morning. It's called, I forget the name of it. It starts with a P. Um
Why don't you abbreviate it again? PCF.
it's not.
No?
It's
Okay.
not. No. But naturally it will go down, but when it goes too low, then your body will wake you up.
Okay.
If you can prevent that, or a really easy way to do it is have a higher protein and then have some fat,
Yeah.
like as your last meal of the day, or like even if it's just a snack, and then see if that helps you. And if you stop waking up, then you fixed it.
Okay. There you go. Trial and error. Okay. What happened? Mm, no.
Another fun fact about sleep. Can we talk about sleep too?
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually gonna. That's gonna be the next podcast. But yeah, you
Well,
can talk about it a
I'm
little bit.
saving your podcast.
Do it.
Um, sleep. Remember that we talked about that study one day that they did on football players too, but they did on rats, and then I think they did on football players, and they didn't let them sleep. I'm like losing my brain today.
Hmm.
They deprived them of sleep.
Yes.
I think only giving them like 5 hours of sleep a night,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then by the end of the week,
Hmm.
they were all pre-diabetic.
Yes, that was. It wasn't with rats. It was actually
They
with.
did it with both,
Okay,
yeah,
but yeah, they did it with.
but it was a football team, like
No, it
right?
wasn't a football team. It was with the college like athletes. So they did it with like tennis players, whatever,
Damn, I really
like
thought
all
it
of
was
those.
football, but yeah, they
Yeah.
deprived them of
Well, they
sleep,
did some over football.
and then by the end of they
Hmm.
were all pre-diabetic,
Yeah, it was
and then they
actually.
let them sleep, and they all reversed.
Yeah,
I had a friend, and when
that is wild.
she would end up with gestational diabetes. So when she was pregnant, she would get like the gestational diabetes.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, like, the girl never slept. She would work night shift, and then she would
Hmm.
go home, and then she would be with awake all
With
day
the
because at the
kids, yeah.
time she had little girls. And I was like, I wonder if instead of like being on meds for it, if she just slept.
Mm-hmm.
But then she couldn't sleep either because then her
Yeah,
sleep cycle was so
messed up.
bad, was so messed up. They were even trying to give her sleep meds, and
Yeah.
she couldn't sleep.
Yeah, I remember. It's wild. How does nutrition and strength training work together for aging athletes or anybody really?
Anyone, if you fuel your
Hmm.
body properly, and then you'll be able to lift,
Yeah.
train. We have people sometimes they're such in a caloric restriction that
Yeah.
they can't train.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we advise everyone to like if you're gonna be like in a deficit of your calories, try to eat the bulk of your carbs around your workout so you can fuel your workout.
Yes. And then I think knowing, like, don't guess, don't say, oh no, but I'm eating good. Measure everything going in your
Yeah.
mouth for at least a month, straight for a month. And it works. So, couple of facts: protein is king. So you guys gotta have protein first. All the meats, um, chicken, The best one is steak, red meat. Obviously, good source. Hydration is another huge one. When you
Especially
guys,
right now.
yeah, especially now, and when you guys do your in body, I think it's always think of when you do your in body and you dehydrate it, it takes away
Muscle.
muscle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys, when you do your in bodies, you look at that water number, and it's always like around the same. And
Yeah.
definitely, when see it, like try drinking at least a pound, an ounce, whatever you
It's
weigh, an
divide.
ounce, right?
No.
No, that's too much.
Divide your weight by half.
Divide your weight by half.
Right.
Okay, at
Yeah.
least that in ounces, and then drink that like 3 days. Do the in body, see what that number is like, and then every time you do your in body, you know that's your what do you call it? Your line,
Your base.
your base. Yeah, like that has to be it. So if you're low, you're gonna have less muscle mass.
You'll know because
Worry about it,
you'll
and then
have.
you'll be
Yeah.
dehydrated.
Like we have people that do their in bodies like quite often, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I promise you,
20%
you didn't
of
just lose
yeah,
5 pounds of muscle.
20% of but what the, your fat loss and stuff comes from water. Like if you don't have enough water,
Yeah.
so know that. Also fueling your workouts, like Natalie says, I always have my grapes and stuff right before I'm gonna work out, so it gives me energy. When I don't, you see it. I mean, I see it. I'm not.
Corey noticed too when he would have his one strawberry.
No, with one strawberry. He's now eating grapes
I'm
too.
like, what are you doing,
No,
Corey? I'm having my one strawberry to fuel my workout.
I
I'm
got
like, all right, dude.
I got Angela, Corey, and Gabby eating strawberries, and they're good.
Strawberries or grapes?
Not strawberries, grapes.
Grapes.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
Oh,
better.
what happened? What happened when you had
Better.
grapes?
Shit. So, Lorraine,
Share
our
that.
nutritionist, went and she bought me for my birthday. This is the shit that you get excited about when you turn 40. Bought me a continuous glucose monitor as a gift, and I was so excited because I'm like a nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff and experiencing and all that. So I was wearing it, and then one morning I woke up and I was getting the kids ready for school, and I was starving. So the easiest thing to do is I opened the fridge and I grab a handful of grapes, like a cup worth, and it was on an empty stomach, and my blood sugar shot up so high.
So that's why you can just have things.
I'm
whenever.
interested to see how it's gonna affect you, like when.
Yeah, like I do it
Yeah.
around my workout. So
And I wouldn't have been like, I just
raise.
don't like that it happened first thing in the morning like that. Had I had the grapes like before workout and it would have still spiked, well, at least I'll be using that fuel
Yeah.
for my workout, right? But I was just like, it just like went up. It was like
So when
almost like
that sugar
150.
spikes, that's your glucose, right?
Right.
And then that glucose is not burned.
It was just hanging out in my body. Which
Yeah, so when it doesn't
sugar-
just hang out, it becomes
fat
in your body.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
So when you
over
guys,
time,
yes,
I didn't gain 20 pounds with my cup of grapes that morning.
no, but like yeah, obviously if you do it with M&Ms, with anything, right? Like if you keep doing that with stuff, the more your sugar goes up and you don't burn the glucose, your body has nowhere to put it but fat. I wish that we can just shit it out. Right? That'd be amazing.
I wish I hadn't gotten sick halfway with doing this because I wanted to redo it again with just the grapes, like on an empty stomach, but also have it like with my eggs in the morning and see like at the same time.
Yeah, when you have a balance, it's gonna be a way less of a spike.
Yeah. Because then we went and we had I had half of a Jersey Mike sandwich and I thought for sure that was gonna spike me. And it had, I guess, so much meat in it in my sandwich that nothing happened.
Yeah.
So it's all about like the combination. Tanya's has one right now too, so she put it on last night. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm just don't show me the needle. Just stab me with the thing.
You won't see. You don't even feel it.
That's what you said. It was big.
It looks big, but in your arm, it's not at all.
No, that's it. You already got me.
What?
All right.
What am I?
Rapid fire rounds.
That's not fair. I'm by myself.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, fine.
Ready?
Yeah, you gotta go pick up the kids.
Barbell or dumbbell?
Dumbbell. I don't know both. But like but like I love dumbbell snatches and I love dumbbell work. But then I like barbell cycling.
Hmm.
Like I love barbell cycling. Like,
Okay.
give me hang cleans, give me power cleans, give me a barbell I can cycle any day.
Yeah.
But then I think dumbbells are so important
Mm-hmm.
because you can work like one side at a time and not favor one side. And
Yeah.
damn it, both
Deadlifts or squats?
squats. Rapid. That means fast.
Best post workout meal?
I don't eat after my workouts.
Yeah.
Maybe that's bad.
Not
I
that
don't know.
one. Well, one myth about strength training.
Oh, that's my
you want to kill
favorite.
forever.
That's my favorite. And you were going to skip it? Women are going to get bulky. No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not working out enough. You're
I-
not
I-
working out enough
I wouldn't say.
to look bulky like
I
what they
wouldn't say
think
they're
they're
not
going to look
working
like.
out enough. They're not eating enough.
You're not eating enough. You're not working enough.
Yeah.
You're not.
Favorite life athletics movement? Do we have movements? What is our life athletics movement?
We don't have one. But I'll tell you my least favorite life workout,
What?
acid bath.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's terrible.
3 words to describe. No, not that one.
Not that one.
Favorite recovery tool? You don't have any.
Excuse me. I greatly enjoy my massages.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Christy.
Yes.
She's the best.
The best.
What's your personal PR you're most proud of?
My 300-pound deadlift.
That's right. You did say
Yep.
that. Who inspired you in the gym?
All of our senior athletes do. Not. Hold on.
I like Joe and
Not-
Kathy.
I know.
That's-
Well,
those are the best.
I'm pretty sure those are most senior athletes. Not that
Yeah.
not that Jessica, my little Kiesel, not that she doesn't inspire me because she does.
Mhm.
Also makes me cry. But like I love watching our older athletes kill it in the gym every day. And we were at the park this past
Meaningful.
weekend,
Yeah.
and I'm like watching her
Mm-hmm.
and him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Especially like coming from like working in the hospital and seeing
Mhm.
older people. And granted, it's skewed because if you're in the hospital, you're usually sick, whatever. But I'm like, man, like these people could easily be like in walkers.
Yeah.
And they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kathy does like
They're running.
those long races.
Yeah.
for
And
fun.
she's always doing extra work.
Something.
She's trying to work on getting her muscle up at 64. Think of that.
I'm trying to get on that too, but nobody wants to help me.
I don't help Kathy. I mean, I gave her guidance, but that's it. But she
Yeah.
listens.
I listen to.
Uh,
podcast listener.
You're lying.
You got 5 minutes.
You are lying.
Lying is a sin.
Why do lift?
What?
Why lift?
Why live?
Mm-hmm.
So be a bad bitch.
There you go.
As a woman,
Amen.
it's empowering.
Good.
It is empowering to lift.
What advice or challenge do you want to give the guest? Leave him with something you want to leave him with. An advice, a challenge.
Don't let adversity be your enemy. You need me to elaborate on that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you have any injuries or you're not feeling well or not feeling well, because if you're sick, you need to recover. But if you don't have, like right now, my shoulder is not behaving. I'm not gonna not go do anything. I'll still go into the gym. I'll stay consistent and I'll just modify my workouts.
Yeah.
So instead of just I have a pity party for myself and
Yep.
quit.
Yeah, it's I would say be in control of your life. Don't let anything else control you. So no injury controls you, no feeling controls you, no imagination of reality that you're making up in your head.
I've got a whole storybook in my head.
Yep, nope. Get things, go out there, attack it. Don't think that a workout is gonna be sucky. Don't think that a workout is gonna be good. Just go there and live in the moment.
My friend told me the other day, she goes, Natalie, man, I need motivation. I need to I need something. And I'm like, no, motivation dies.
Yeah.
It's that consistency. Like, I don't go into the gym every day because I'm motivated. I go because it's just what I do. I go to the gym like I brush my teeth, like I shower.
Exactly.
It's just what we do.
Discipline. It's what we do.
Yep.
I love it. Okay.
No, discipline dies too.
You want to live in with the what? No. Consistency and discipline goes together.
Yeah, but you can stay consistent if one day you're not feeling disciplined.
I'm gonna do this to you. Ready?
You're going to mute me? Ow. Don't do it again.
You ready? Say bye to our members.
Peace out, everybody. The live is ended. You got to go turn it off.
I am.
Oh, now.